know, for me, I always just wanted to be heard. I wanted to make quality music. I wanted to make timeless music that was relatable. And it couldn't be put in a box. It didn't matter what genre it was a part of, as long as you felt it and it touched your soul. And that's king music.
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Big K.R.I.T, third coast representative. Shout out to realtalkhiphop.com. Shout out.
I'm Arab Joe from Real Talk Hip Hop, and you're Big K.R.I.T.
Yes.
Yes. Big statement. I'm gonna say the statement right now, King of the Cell.
Thank you.
I was gonna say it at the end of the interview, but it's just such a big statement.
Yeah.
I want to know why now? Because I know you stayed humble for so long, and I feel with even this performance, you're like, K.R.I.T, I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, well, for me, it's about. I mean, my name K.R.I.T stands for King Remember the Time. Yeah. And so when it's just like the confidence and building my confidence and creating so much music, at some point it has to be like, okay, the king part is now. And just knowing what I embody as far as the South and being country and being able to have the kind of subject matter I have, the kind of content, lyrical concepts, and then knowing what K.R.I.T is.
Right.
It's growth, and I'm so excited for people to hear the growth. And I'm always going to be able to take people on a journey, and I'm never going to stop creating music because I can produce and I write for myself.
Right. Did you turn down a record deal before Def Jam?
Oh, man. No, I mean, well, I've been in a situation where I thought I was going to get signed in 2005, and it didn't work out.
It didn't work out?
No, so I went back to
the trying
this
board.
shit was hard. Like, it was like, for like 4.5 years, I kind of disappeared. I recorded when I could, but I worked jobs and, went to studios and recorded people for bare minimum.
Right.
But you
got to do what you got to do. Exactly. It's push or starve.
Yeah, man, no doubt. It's a marathon.
What do you think about making a hit? Because I know I was watching that Breakfast Club interview with Charlamagne, and it seemed like he was kind of saying, well, Big K.R.I.T doesn't have basically a hit. Were you bothered by the statement, or do you feel like K.R.I.T is here? I have a hit because I know you have that song with Rico Love. And I could see it was more so of a mainstream track, and it was a lot more different from the previous track.
But see, I would say, first off, like the hit thing is, I was never really concerned with hits because I know people know that they're gonna get a full body of music from it. When it comes to an album, it's all gonna make sense. It's all gonna have subject matter content, and even down to the sequencing. I'm gonna make it to where it feels cinematic at the end of the day. The record with Rico Love and Jim Johnson, the reason why people are like, man, K.R.I.T, that sound different, is because you're so used to hearing them or hearing the songs that they created because they're a part of the people that always make hits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that kick drum and that snare is like, oh, I've heard this. Or that hook is like, man, this sounds so familiar. Or it sounds like radio, is because they're always the people that are behind some of these hits.
Right.
But I still was able to be myself in the song, and create a song that I feel like, again, still showed growth, because I told people I wasn't gonna produce this whole album.
Right.
K.R.I.T, I still ended up producing 70% of it, but it was good that I didn't produce all of it because I got to be more creative, and I got to make music that didn't necessarily put me in a box or a genre per se.
Right.
And so when you hear the entire album, you'll totally understand.
Just creative stuff.
Oh yeah.
Who can't K.R.I.T listen to? Because I know you're a producer. So is there anybody? Because you're a humble dude, but is there anybody who you're just like, man, I can't really get into his music? Because I'm sure there's people who feel like, they say, oh, K.R.I.T has, he's dope at rapping, but I just can't get into his music.
Yeah, the thing is, if I can't listen to him, I probably never listen to him, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what his name is. Straight up. Like, I probably never even heard of him because I don't necessarily listen to the radio. I try to stay up to date with music here and there, but brother, I surround myself with music that inspires me. Right. Because I got to.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to get discouraged or uninspired. And I don't feel like doing that to myself.
8Ball and MJG. Actually, I listened to Forever. And I haven't listened to them in so long. And I was watching your interviews, and then you brought them up. Yeah. I was like, I got to go back to the catalog.
You should.
What do they represent to you?
Oh, man, it was a grit, but it was like a player kind of vibe to their music. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of knowledge to be taken from 8Ball and MJG. Not only about pimping, because that's what most people would say, but just in general, paid dues, Nobody But Me, records like that. It's like it's some of the most lyrical content, but it's relatable. It's not like they're hitting you with a gang of metaphors. is what they're saying. Actually, that album came out years ago, but now as I got older, I can understand everything to the max. Like, damn, I get why they said that, why they feel like that. And it was, and then they understood production too, because a lot of those Five House tracks, a lot of the tracks that they got like were amazing. The production, it wasn't any samples, it was live instrumentation.
Are you close to them personally? Like, do you have a personal relationship?
Them the homies, man. Anytime I get the opportunity to work with them, chop it up with them, I try to, because they OGs and they so cool. They so
like
cool.
Mississippi, they're so Mississippi.
Ah, man, they so cool. And that's the other thing, to run into a Bun B, David Bell, Ludacris. Like, these people are so regular and cool that when you have conversation with them, they wanna see you win.
They want to see you win, right? Exactly. So it's like kind of like a big brother feel.
Exactly.
Because I know you feel that do you feel that there's a southern barrier, like that even where you're from? Do you feel like the hip hop and the music, it's growing and growing? And I know people say you see New York dudes kind of take from the South. Do you feel like other coasts kind of jack the swag of the South?
Now they wanna hear a country nigga rap. 5 albums in, I swear a country nigga snap. Thought they wanted trap, thought they wanted bass.
I wouldn't even call it that anymore, because we have social networks. We have like MySpace was the beginning, but at the same time, you find what you like sonically and you listen to that. And if you're young and you're just starting musically, you become inspired by that.
Right.
And so the very beginning of flattery, something that's flattering, is imitation. And so you start imitating things that you like, and then before you know it, sonically, when you find yourself, you still have pieces of that in your music. And so I don't feel like it's jacking. I feel like it's just like music is so broad now. You can go find whatever you want, and then you listen to that so much, and then when you decide to make music, of course you're gonna play the riff that you like to listen to the most. It's gonna be in the key of the people that sing that you like to listen to. And so I feel like, but the dope thing is that nowadays people pay homage.
Right.
A lot of the youngsters, a lot of people that actually do sample or take or bite, whatever, they pay homage.
Yeah,
and that's what you're supposed to do.
I noticed that with A$AP Rocky's latest track, actually, Multiply, where you could hear a lot of South in it, and he shouted out Pimp C like multiple times. So I could see, if they are gonna take the South, they usually do a good job in shouting it out.
Yeah, because if that's what influenced you, that's what music has always been about. Like, songs have been sampled, redid, resung for years, since the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And so as long as you pay homage, you recognize the people you grew up listening to or the people that inspired you musically, I don't see any problem with it.
Right. Why so long for Mount Olympus to drop?
Because
and what kind of text did you get when the Control verse dropped? Like, were you kind of like, why was my name shouted out, or what kind of text did you get?
I wasn't never like, why was my name shouted out? I think I was looking at like, man, why is everybody looking at this so negatively? Because everybody knows hip hop and how hip hop is, But it was a lot of like, what you gonna do, or what you gonna say, or man, I've been waiting to work with you, but I can't work with you till after I see what you're gonna do.
Right.
Control, you know what I'm saying?
So no more humble K.R.I.T? Is this the new K.R.I.T?
No. I mean, see, this is what you gotta understand. I'm always gonna be humble because I respect people.
Right.
Individual. And when I say king of the South or king, period, it's not king in the sense of reigning over people, but king in the sense of me and being confident in what I do as an individual.
Right. Because I think
it's not that. It's not. I'm not trying to be a tyrant out here.
It's not right. And I think that's what some people might say, because they'll say, oh, T.I.'s the king of the South. But
yeah, but it's one.
You're looking at it different ways.
One, Cal-Latica is a planet I created with my subconscious, and if I'm not the king of the South on Cal-Latica, when would I ever be? This is my own project, my own album. 2, I'm from Mississippi, and that's a different kind of South and a different kind of country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, the confidence and to be able to make music at this point, and to know I won't ever stop in the kind of quality. Yes, I'm supposed to feel that way, and I'm not trying to step on any OG toes. I'm not trying to be pitted against anybody.
Right.
It's just how I feel as a man.
You're just doing you.
And I'm supposed to feel that way. Everybody in this room is supposed to feel like they're a king or what they do. And so that's how you're supposed to feel. And if my fans believe it and supporters believe it, why wouldn't I feel it?
Right. It's okay. K.R.I.T's flexing. He has records. And it's time.
Man. I'm just, flexing ain't the word. I prove myself.
Prove.
That's different.
That's a better word.
Yeah.
That's a better word. Appreciate that, big
Thank you, bro. Thank you.